Welcome back to another episode of Ego on Break. This is like our fifth time trying to get this thing to work. I'm your host, Jay Andrews, and this is
Logan Creed.
Logan Creed. So this will be another episode of Jay and Logan's Wrestling Adventures. So what adventure are we going on today, Mr. Madman?
You want to talk about wrestling, so here I am.
So, by any chance, did you? I know you probably didn't see it because I don't think it's out there. But have you seen any of the feedback or read anything on Kyle Mathews versus Gary J? Both guys have been in Pro Wrestling Ego before. They wrestled at AWE's Show of the Year 3. I understand it was a brutal match.
Yeah, Kyle Mathews took a broke nose and a bunch of chops and a loss. my understanding. So I guess technically the guy that didn't win the Southern 8 beat the guy that did win the Southern 8, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I heard that it was a knockout drag, that Cal gave just as many chops as Gary J did, but there's a couple guys I'd be like, I don't think I want to get a chop battle with that guy. I think Gary J is one of those guys.
I sent you the pictures. I mean,
it
everything
was
I saw
crazy.
was pretty cruel.
Yeah, so there's that. That happened. Another big, I don't know if you've heard or seen or saw or whatever, but Wildcats down south from us, down in Louisiana, they are going to make their debut at the world famous ECW arena. I thought that was very cool. To help put the South on the map, so to speak, because it doesn't get a lot of recognition for some reason. Although, I'd almost say show for show, we're probably tearing it up, more than anybody else in the country. So, if you exclude, your bigger companies, but I mean, what do you think about Wildcats leaving the South and going up north?
I think it's cool. I just would kind of like to know some of the matches he's having. That's the only thing. I've seen the poster. The poster's just the average poster, to be honest.
I mean, it's their typical kind of Wildcats poster with everybody on the poster.
It doesn't really specify anything. Does that make sense?
Right. I mean,
they got Homicide.
Yeah, Homicide, Stevie Richards, Bestia, 666, Luke, of course. But I think it's it's a big step in the right direction.
It's really cool. I'd like to know what the hell you're gonna give the old ECW crowd.
Yeah.
I
think they're gonna try to go for that. Not necessarily the ECW crowd, but maybe like that Ring of Honor crowd, where it's just hard hitting kind of back and forth stuff. So I think that'd be pretty good. And you never know. I mean, Luke, he'll pull things out of his hat if he needs to. So you may get to see some blood and guts and tables and that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean, he won the XPW deathmatch thing. Remember the title?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I
don't think he liked.
I forget.
Stuff,
I forget that Luke was, in XPW, that thing. A different character, different Luke. A way smaller Luke.
Yeah, way smaller.
So that's very cool. What else you got?
Just got done watching before I come here to meet you. Last Man Standing between Braun Strowman and Sami Callihan.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
What'd you think?
Sorry, wrong damn one. Actually, the match was pretty freaking brutal because he just beat the crap out of poor old Sami Zayn. But Braun did take one big bump off the apron, or not apron,
off the stage.
It was a crossbody through two tables.
Yeah, but
that was pretty brutal.
He took some very bad kendo stick shots too. So
chairs.
He took his brunt of the beating too.
He did. He just didn't.
What do you think about the finish?
A little too average, but I liked it. But it was just a little too average.
I thought they had him at that first power slam to the floor. Yeah. I thought he should just ended it there.
Me too.
Although I did enjoy like the brutal, like Sammy trying to get back up, he just punching and that kind of thing. But I think they had him right there. They could have ended it right there. But it's one of those things that, I guess from their point of view, you do what you're told kind of deal.
Yeah.
You can't really play out that, well, I felt it here. Well, it doesn't matter what you felt. You still had a minute to feel, so.
I do know, like, when they went to the back, the crowd started booing.
Yeah.
Because the crowd wanted to see it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was so dark.
Yeah,
you know,
you
it wasn't
see a damn thing.
I mean, I don't know what the thought was, or something didn't work, or what. But
I think they had a few spots planned in that one little room, and that was it. You know, that was where they pulled the chair out again and all that.
Right.
But I thought the match itself was decent.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm actually, I don't get to watch WWE as much as I'd like to. And I'd probably go 4 or 5 episodes without even catching a glimpse of it. But the Braun, like, I really like what they were doing. I enjoyed the squash match stuff, so I'm glad he's kind of out of that. But I do like that whole, you know, it's just throwback to that monster, you know, that big guy that you can't beat.
Yeah.
So I enjoy his character.
I hadn't had anybody like him since, like, Ryback.
Yeah.
And that's been a few years back.
Yeah,
so.
and, you know, I mean, yeah, I could say that.
It's true.
know.
I mean, it's the only last one they really had.
I mean, they had Rusev, but he wasn't that big, huge guy, you know. You see anything local? Anything
not around
there?
here, honestly. The J thing was the biggest one because I was like, oh my God, what happened to his nose?
Yeah.
And besides that, I mean, nothing really around here lately. What was somebody was going to have a show, but I really didn't really go into it or look at it. Shit, I can't remember who it was.
Somebody was having a show somewhere.
I swear I don't remember.
So whoever that show is, that's somewhere
I hope y'all had a
sometimes.
good turnout.
Yeah, it was really good.
I really don't remember.
I hope y'all stole the show. You know?
Like the poster looked good, and that was really all I could tell you.
Y'all remember what it was?
No, it's not. It hasn't happened. It's the one I was telling you about with Rainbow Warrior and Barry Wolf.
Oh
and
yeah,
all those.
yeah. Our friends down at what is that called?
Up in Alabama.
Gulf Pro, Gulf Coast down at Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gulf South or Gulf Pro or Gulf Coast or something like that. It's something with the Gulf. I do know that.
I just know it had Rainbow Warrior and Barry Wolf.
Yeah, Rainbow Barry, Ryan Fury, maybe Mountain Man. Was Mountain Man
Possibly.
Yeah, the poster did look good. So Travis, I think Travis Edgeworth, he runs that down there, and they always have really good stuff. So shout out to them. I think this may be the first time we've mentioned them on the podcast, or video cast, or whatever this is. Well,
just to me, a good poster will catch my eye. If your poster looks like absolute crap, I'll just go, well, I ain't gonna look at that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: since we really don't have a whole lot of results or anything that we hadn't really, we hadn't been watching anything or whatever.
What's the end of the year?
Yeah.
Beginning of the year. What do you want to say?
What's your first match? You remember your first match?
My first match was a tag team match. About 5 miles from here, maybe. And
we're at Wendy's, by the way.
Brandon.
Not the normal Taco Bell.
No, not for a little while for me, brother. But anyway, I won't go into that. But it was a tag match with me and Rondell Roosevelt.
Okay.
Let's see, against Big John and this other guy that I can't remember who the hell he was for the life of me. And my big high spot in the whole match was they were going to headbutt me in the groin, and I screamed really loud like a girl.
What promotion was this for?
Wrestling for Christ.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had my first match at Wrestling for Christ. It was also a tag match against Big John. So it's kind of cool. You got any favorite matches, favorite memories, favorite anything from your career?
From my career. Let's see. Wasn't gonna be the last one. That hurt. I was trying to think of one the other day, and still can't remember how the whole damn match went. But it was me, you, and O'Malley.
Okay.
And it wasn't exactly a great match. It's just stuff that happened
I'm
in
sure
the match.
It wasn't.
But, like, you tapped out to the handshake, but, like, you had gone and had, like, a head injury or something, and you thought you were different characters each week because of the show. Or
yeah, I took Rick Morgan had gave a move, if I'm not mistaken.
Pedigree on something?
No, it was like a side spike pile driver or something, and I think that's who gave it to me. But either way, yeah, I kind of came up and...
But you were like Brother Love.
Yeah.
in this one, and you were dancing to the ring. And I remember even through my mask, I was laughing so hard you can literally see me laughing in the mask. And Mo Malley walks over to me and goes, "You know, by the time he gets the ring, he's gonna be blowed up."
Yeah.
I said, "Yep."
I was blowed. I think that's the reason I lost the handshake.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sorry, Brother Love. Didn't mean to make you look so bad. Yeah, that's pretty fun times. I remember I was horrible. Still am for the most part, but very horrible then.
It was entertaining though. I mean, the crowd was into the whole
I've
damn
always been
thing.
entertaining. I don't know if I've ever been a good wrestler, but I've always been entertaining.
So then me and Steve wound up wrestling for like 20 minutes. Thanks.
Hey, it was an easy payday.
I know it was easy because Steve's always been a really easy person to wrestle with.
Yeah, I think I did Rey Mysterio, Brother Love, Pharaoh Funk, and then I caught a little heat from Brother Love because I don't think he knew that I was going to be dressing up like him. So
I think it was supposed to be a rib
well,
him, but turned on
had to be a rib on me.
Yeah.
So I think I think I remembered what I was doing instead of having amnesia or whatever. So.
I got a question.
Well, no, I did Jesse Dalton too. I think I did him.
you?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think but it was fun, you know.
There was a character developed at one point. I was going to ask you about this guy. I really don't know the whole story. I was not there. I think it was in maybe Vicksburg, and it was Silent Death, and you did him, correct?
I don't remember if I done him first. But I know that I did portray the Silent Death character for a long stretch of his. I'm not gonna say being popular because he wasn't necessarily popular, but the growth of his character into somebody that was not just hey, put a mask on somebody and have him get beat. And it was fun, you know. I got to do things from a heel standpoint that I didn't think, you know, that I myself as a character, I don't think it fit me, but I thought with the Silent Death character that it really fit, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. And I know there was one time where there was going to be like where Silent Death ended up getting naked, Lord. And I don't remember all the details, but one of the heels were supposed to come out as Silent Death, you know, beat him up, fight somebody or whatever, and have the mask pulled off, and then I reveal it's him. Then I would come out with just the mask on, but be naked. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. So,
Glad I didn't see that part.
Yeah. But Silent Death, man, he had a lot of heat. I mean, there was people that wanted to kill him, you know. So I guess I done my job.
Because y'all did stuff with the American flag then that now people want to beat the hell out of people for.
Absolutely. And I try to tell people, like, I would never be one to disrespect the flag, but, you know.
Silent Death would have.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I look at the characters just like if I was in a movie, you know. If you were portraying a character that had to step on the flag or whatever, you know, which we never burned it or anything like that, but, you know, we'd throw it down and that kind of thing. But I didn't look at it as, like, me. You know, it was a character I was playing on TV, you know, so... but it got a lot of heat. So,
because I'll tell you one thing I remember about it most was like Jimmy V led y'all, like he was y'all's manager, y'all's mouthpiece.
Yeah, it eventually became two Silent Deaths.
Foreign, remember? We never said what y'all were. It just Silent Death.
Right. I think we were supposed to be Iran/Iraq.
So, I thought that was kind of cool, though.
Kind of a throwback to Skandar Akbar and the Sheik and that kind of thing. So.
But at one point, I would say that was like the number one heel little faction there.
It was definitely catching steam
for at least 3 or 4 months.
And I don't know. I know there was several offshoots of the Silent Death. You had Agent Orange, and you had the Iraqi Assassin. So that was two that, you know, that was offshoot from that, as well as Silent Death number 2. So, you know, it must have been working.
Must have been.
You know? I don't know. What else you got?
You're out of the place.
I know that at one time, before the Madman, wasn't there a Confederate version that was being toyed with? A character for you? that did it or did not happen, or what's the story on that?
Oh, the mask that was bought.
Right, I know
that I never used.
Right, that one.
I wound up giving it to Calhoun.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what it was, Calhoun.
So what was the whole concept idea behind that? And where was it supposed to happen at?
It was supposed to happen at Battlezone.
All right.
And it was supposed to have been a whole feud between me and Jesse Dalton that has never took place ever. Like the one match, like if I retire tomorrow, I still want to have that one match with Jesse Dalton.
Yeah. Just because it never happened.
Because it never happened. I've tagged with him a couple times
and Jesse was known as the Southern Executioner.
Yeah.
Do you remember what his tag team name was called? I know there was a Southern Executioner and Southern Comfort. What was their tag team name? Do you know?
God, they've had so damn many, dude.
Was it? I mean, I'm sure it was Southern something, right?
They weren't the Widowmakers. Widowmakers was him and
Joey Apes.
Joey.
Was it like Southern Heritage or Southern?
It might have been, because I think it was like named after liquor again, because Southern Comfort come up with the name, if I remember right. I'd have to ask Jesse. I honestly don't remember.
So, Southern Executioner, Jesse Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how was you had a rebel flag type mask, correct? Supposed to happen.
He always, to my understanding, I'm not sure how this was going to go. I think he had just come out from under the hood, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I was going to come back under a hood, claiming to be the new
Southern Executioner. Okay.
So, but it just never happened.
Could have been a cool angle.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it might have been one of my little fallout periods with him.
And is that not what you were going to debut as? Or was that a different?
No.
Okay.
This was just going to be like a one-on, one-off type thing.
I got you.
The mask wasn't even going to last like a couple matches. But it kind of got around that I like to chop a lot, and Jesse didn't really like to take a lot of chops. So
can't blame him.
Well, you know.
So it never happened?
It just never happened.
I got you.
I mean, that's all I can tell you. I wasn't the booking man.
Yeah. What's the favorite match you've seen, like on an indie level, that you saw in person? Like, I know you probably can't remember when or anything like that, but if you remember where and for who that you saw.
How about I give you this? I'll give you one of the most crazy matches I've ever seen in my life, and probably still lives up there to this very, very day.
All right.
And we traveled all the way to Louisiana to see it. It was me, you, and Rick Morgan.
Grunge Wrestling Entertainment.
And it was Wade Garrett versus Cody Kruger. And at the end of the match,
Cody had to take cane shots.
Yeah, Cody had to take cane shots.
If he lost the match, the loser had to take 10 cane shots.
And he got through from the top of a building.
A room, not a building. A room.
Still a damn building.
A room inside a building. So
a shack in a gym. So technically it was a
so
room.
He got tossed off of maybe an 8-foot ledge.
Whatever. Higher than I'm going. Onto chairs that were just laid out in the most obscure way humanly
They set the chairs like you were going to set up rows of chairs. Like, sit the chair down, open it up, and then set the next and just scoot it to it. So the two backs are sticking up. And then they just laid another row of chairs on top. So when Cody hit, it just said...
like skates, man. It was marbles scattering when a fat marble hit them.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty brutal for sure,
man. And you could tell, like, even Wade didn't want to do this part. You know,
Cody was a
crazy.
Yeah, let's just say the name fit.
Yeah, but 100%. But I mean, I remember telling you, because and this is back with flip phones, I believe. But I told you, I said, go down there and record this. I said, he's gonna jump. You're like, I ain't no damn way. I said, I'm telling you, he's gonna jump. And he jumped.
He jumped.
And you had that on phone for
forever. I think until I had to upgrade. You know.
Yeah. But I was like, wow, I said, dude, ain't right. But in the end, like I think he was so beat, and I think Wade felt so bad. Like the cane shots come off kind of weak.
I'd say he probably took 3 to 5 really hard ones.
Yeah. But the match itself was just crazy.
Yeah. But now who wants to get hit by Wade? By Wade Garrett?
I'd rather took the hits than I had fall off that damn building.
Well, I mean, I've fallen from that high. It sucks.
Yeah, I have too, and that's why I said I wouldn't want to do it again. I'd rather take the hits.
Yeah, so
that's the craziest one I've seen, and it was a good fight. Honestly,
Right,
I wouldn't
right.
want to say it was a great wrestling.
It was a
match,
brawl.
but it was a great brawl.
right. And I mean, this is coming from the guy that's gave you bed of sharpened pencils, barefoot, light tube matches, busted beer bottles and salt,
Yep.
Christmas ornaments, bare boards. I mean, Cody's out there. So yeah.
That's the one that stuck out in my brain.
Well, hey, you got anything you want to promote, shout out, take a watch, where they can find you at, any of that kind of stuff?
Just Life in a Headlock on YouTube, and Life in a Headlock on Facebook.
All right, so check that out. Check out the 10 Questions of Doom. It's a little behind. We got to get that updated. Check out Pro Wrestling Ego. Our next 2 shows, January 7th at the Hideaway, a ladder match is main event. Also John Davis, Rome, the debut of the Arrow Club, Boot Boys, Days of Rage, all those good guys. January 28th in Hattiesburg at Brewski's, Gary J versus the winner, whoever's the Pride champion coming out of the ladder match. Also going to have Davey Vega back, Everett Connors,
Logan.
Yeah, well, he's not on that show.
Is it coming?
Yeah, coming soon, Michael Elgin. February the 18th, we'll be back in Jackson, here in Jackson at the Hideaway. So check that out. But for me, Jay Andrews, and Logan Creed, we'll see you next time.